G'day, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here to give you my round 4 NRL tips of 2024, and this round is going to be Easter round. So we have Good Friday, Easter Saturday, Easter Sunday and Easter Monday games coming up ahead. So we've got the annual Good Friday clash between the Rabbits and the Dogs and the Eels and Tigers on the Easter Monday, but we've got some juicy games coming up ahead. But before we get into that, go for last week. Now, obviously, last week was horrible. Not just for me overall, but I only got 2 tips correct. I got 2 tips correct. The only ones I got correct were the Panthers flogging the Broncos and Cowboys beating the Dragons. Every other game I got incorrect. And as for my boys, the Rabbitohs, I don't want to speak about last week. And it's not going to be a good game against the Bulldogs this week, that's for fucking sure. But anyways, if you're new around here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, the goal is to get to 1,400 subscribers. If we can get there by the end of this week or next week, that'll be really appreciated. But anyways, as for my weekend, I have put out 4 vlogs across Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday last week. Make sure you go check them out as well once you've done finishing this video. But anyways, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. And the first game, the only game on Thursday night, kicking off at 8 PM from Allianz Stadium. We have the scumbags that flogged my team last week. I'm talking about the Sydney Roosters, who are taking on the Penrith Panthers. Now, currently, Roosters are in 2nd, Panthers in 4th. So it's going to be a top 4 battle between these two. Hopefully a good clash as well. Roosters are currently the favourites at $1.77, and the Panthers at a nice $2.08. So both teams coming off with huge wins. Obviously, Roosters flogged my team 48-6 at Allianz last Friday night, which I was at, and to lose to your rivals like that, oh boy. And as for Penrith, too good for the Broncos. They won 34 points to 12, I believe the score was. But geez, it wasn't a good game to be there, but it was a great atmosphere overall. Penrith fans, I mean, I don't really like them, but geez, when you're not the opposition team, not supporting the team that I wasn't there for, but it was great. And a Broncos fan decided to give it to me as well in the vlog as well. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It was a bit funny as well. But anyways, in the last 10 games, between these two, Panthers have shockingly had the wood over the Roosters. They have won 9 of the past 10, which includes winning the last 8 in a row, and the Panthers have won 9 of the last 12 against the Roosters. The last time the Roosters beat the Panthers at Bluebet was in 2017, when it was known as Pepper Stadium. They won 14 points to 12 against the Panthers there on the 18th of March. So Roosters have lost their last 6 games at Bluebet Stadium. So that's not really good for the Roosters, but could they do it this week? Who knows? But as for my tip for this one, well, it's going to be a tough one to pick, but as much as I want them to flog them, I'll go the Panthers to win this one. I think they'll be too good. I mean, they've had a solid record at Bluebet, like they won the last 30 out of 35 games or whatever in recent times. So Panthers to win this one by 10. Scoreline will go 26-16. And for a first try scorer, we will go, let's go Scott Sorensen in the back row there for the first try. Now we move on to 2 of our Friday games. The first one, not at 6 PM this time. It is Good Friday. It is the annual Good Friday clash between my boys, the Wooden Spoons at the moment, 17th place, Rabbitohs, against the 12th place, Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. So this will be like the 11th or 12th clash of the annual Good Friday between these two. And for most recent times, we've won our last 5 in a row, last 5 Good Friday clashes against the Dogs. Last time they won that one was in 2017. So we have a good record for Good Friday against them as well. I think they've only won like 3 or 4 games against us on Good Friday, which is incredible. Which is not good, but incredible for us. Now, Bulldogs last week, I mean, flogged the Titans. They got their first win of the season at Belmore, which they don't have a good record at, the Dogs. 32-0 against the underrated Titans side who got just shit, didn't score a single point. They're the third team to score duckhead. So the trend continues when a team doesn't score 0 points in the round. Panthers did it for round 1. Round 2 was the Dragons when they lost 38-0 against the Dolphins. And now the Titans this time when they lost to the Dogs 32-0. I wonder who will be this week, but who knows. But Dogs currently in 12th. I mean, glad they got their first win of the year, but jeez. Titans were shit. But anyways, for my boys, what can I say? There are problems. There are a lot of problems at the club at the moment. Right now, I can't say what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, sure, it's Ilias is not the problem. Obviously, he played good in the New South Wales Cup last week when I was at Allianz. When I saw him play, he was doing very well. So he clearly wasn't the issue. Now, obviously, as a Rabbits fan, I don't love seeing my boys. I mean, this is the first time we've been in last place since 2010, and that is ridiculous. But that performance against the Roosters, I literally fucking lost it after the game. Like I was punching, I was punching lamp posts, I was punching electric boxes. I completely lost it after the game, but 48-6. To lose the arrivals like that, fuck. Now we've lost 3 straight against them too. But anyways, we're the only team with 0 points at the moment in 17th. I hope we can bounce back. Now, currently, we are at $1.48. As for the Bulldogs, they are at $2.66, which that's a surprise, but it could change this week. Anyways, in the past 10 games between these two, we have won 7 of the past 10, which includes winning 6 straight, but the last time we played against each other, this was Origin affected. We lost in a high-scoring game, 36-32 against the Dogs at a core. We have also won 5 of the last 6 games a core against them as well. And the last time the Dogs beat us before last year was in 2020 when they beat us 26-16. So, I mean, Dogs could get us in this one. I mean, this is going to be a horrible game. And as much as I don't want to say it, I think it's going to be a hard game to watch and probably the shittest game of the round too. Shittest game of the round, I meant, sorry. I'm just being honest about that. But I will be at this game as well, at a call for the first time this year. Obviously, I will back my boys to win this one. It won't be easy though. So I'll go us to win by 4. I think it's going to be low scoring. I'm going to go 14-10. I don't think it's going to be a pretty game. So us to win for Good Friday. Alrighty, so we move on to the only Friday night clash, the Queensland Derby, the biggest rivalry in Queensland at the moment. We have the 14th place Brisbane Broncos taking on the first place and only undefeated team, the North Queensland Cowboys, in first place. So Broncos went down to Penrith, last week and lost to the Panthers in convincing fashion, 34-12. Now, Reynolds is out with a knee injury. Haas is out as well. And as now, Reece Walsh, who looks very swollen from that huge hit he had in the game, he's out for at least a good few weeks now. Like, oh, holy shit, that was horrible. So, I'm going to say, Broncos, they're going to struggle for the next few weeks, and it's not going to be pretty. I mean, they got Melbourne in the next few games, and they've also got the Dolphins in round 6 as well. So, jeez, Broncos are going to be struggling, that's for sure. And as for the Cowboys, I was at Cogra. Dragons led 14-0, or 18-0, my apologies, or 18-4 or whatever, and Cowboys came back to beat them 46-22 or 24 at Cogra. Now, obviously, the crowd should have been a lot better, but good on the Cowboys for winning. I was part of the Cowboys area before the chance and that. If you haven't seen the vlog, go check it out. And it was also Nick there as well. He put a great vlog out there. Make sure you go check it out as well. Shout out to Nick from Australia. But, jeez, good win for the Cowboys. They're just showing everyone that they are they are a contender for the premiership and the top four, and they've learnt from last year's mistake. But can they pull it off for 4 in a row? We just have to wait and see. Now at the moment, Broncos are $2.11, and the Cowboys are $1.73. And as for Cowboys injuries, unscathed last week. Although I think Reuben Cotter, I think he's been reported that he is hurt, so he might be out. I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait and see for the team list. Now, in the past 10 games between these two, Broncos have won the last 6 out of 10, which includes winning 3 of the past 5. And Broncos won both games against the Cowboys last year, 28-16, 30 points to 14. But, however, the last time the Cowboys won in Brisbane at Suncorp against the Broncos was in 2022, where they beat them 38-12. So these two have been very, very competitive in the last few clashes, although few of them have been 13 plus. Like last time they clashed, 30 points to 14 up in Townsville, 40 points to 26 high scoring in 2022, and especially in 38 points to 12 when the Cowboys last played at Suncorp against the Broncos team. Not for this game. Obviously, I will back the Cowboys for this one. I think Broncos could bounce back because it's their rivals, but I don't think so. I'll go Cowboys to win by 12. I reckon 1-12, but a 1-12 scoreline, high 1-12. I'll go Cowboys to win or scoreline 28-16. For our first try scorer, we'll go Scotty Drinkwater. I think the Cowboys will be just too good for this one. Cowboys 1-12. And as for, I didn't say a try scorer for the Rabbits Bulldogs game either. First try scorer, I'm going to go Keon Colin McTungy for a first try for the Rabbits Bulldogs game. But anyway, Cowboys 1-12 for the other Friday game. So now we move on to 2 of our Super Saturday games here. Only 2 this time, no 3 p.m. clash. Kicking off at 5:30 p.m. down at the Gong Win Stadium. We have the St George Illawarra Dragons taking on the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. Now, last week, Dragons, they did lead against the Cowboys in the first half, but geez, they just collapsed in the second half to lose 46-22 or 24 against the Cowboys, and they're currently in 15th place. And as for Manly, a great game against their rivals, the Parramatta Eels, but geez, they were just short. A very controversial call went with a sin bin to one of Manly's players in the last 20 seconds. Didn't go their way, so they lost 28-24 at CommBank last week, which I was at. Great game. First time at CommBank, and geez, it was marvellous. And if you noticed, I was wearing a Manly shirt as well because I was cheering on Manly. And speaking of the Gong, I will actually be travelling to Wollongong for this one as well. So I will be going to 2 games this week. This will be my first time going to Wynn Stadium. I've been to Wollongong in like a decade or so. Geez, I've never been to Wynn Stadium. I'm going to experience it for the first time ever. So hopefully this will be a great game between these two. Now, at the moment, the Dragons are currently $3.25. Jeez. And Manly at a juicy $1.35. And I think Manly will be up for this one as well. Now, obviously, they don't have a good record down at Wollongong. Manly, last time these two clashed, which was at Wollongong, Manly won just 24-18. And I believe this was also Cherry Evans' 300th game that round as well. Like, holy shit. They've only won 2 out of the 9 or 10 appearances they've won there. And for some reason, Dragons just have the fetish to beat Manly at Wollongong. Hopefully, it just doesn't happen this week, but who knows. But anyways, in the past 10 games between these two, Dragons have won 7 of the past 10. Dragons have also won 3 of the past 5 versus Manly. And Dragons have also won 4 of the last 5 games versus Manly at Wollongong as well. The only game they lost was last year at Wollongong against Manly versus them, 24-18. So they got a good record over Manly at Wollongong for some reason. But anyways, this one's straightforward. Manly 13+. Manly the win by 18. First Scoreline will go 26 points to 8. A first try scorer, Tom Tavoyevich again. He was outstanding for Manly on Sunday, so I reckon Manly will be too good for this one. Let's go Manly. Alright, so we move on to the other Saturday night game, kicking off at 7:35 p.m. up in Queensland. 6:35 up there, Queensland. We have at Cbus Super Stadium. We have the Gold Coast Titans, who are coming off the bye. Wrong team. Who got demolished last week again, versing the Dolphins in 7th place, who are coming off the bye. Titans in 16th. Now Dolphins coming off the bye, like I said. The week before that, they got their first win by demolishing the Dragons 38-0 up there at KO Stadium. And as for Gold Coast, wow. They got destroyed against the Dogs 32-0. And it's already been confirmed that Tino Fa'asuamaleaui, their captain, is gone for the year, as he has done his ACL. So he's a massive, massive loss for the Titans. And I don't see Titans making the top 8 now. I reckon they'll finish around the bottom 4 now because of that. But they will most likely welcome back Jaden Campbell at fullback, as he played in the Queensland Cup on the weekend. But who knows what will happen. But Gold Coast are currently at $2.15 on the bets and $1.70 for the Dolphins. Now, this will only be the third clash between these two. I think for this one, I should mention, both games have been decided by 2 points, but one of them, obviously, Titans led 26 points to 6, and they collapsed in the fucking second half, and Dolphins came back to win 28-6. What the fuck? Last time these two played, Dolphins beat them 23 points to 21. But this game will not be pretty either. So for this one, obviously, I will back the Dolphins. Fins up! Dolphins to win 13 plus by 22. Let's go 36-14. And for any first try scorer, we'll go to Hammerside Tabiai Fido at fullback. We'll go for him to get the first try. Fins up. Alrighty, now we move on to the first of 2 Sunday games. The first one kicking off at 4:05 p.m. here in New South Wales, 6:05 over there in New Zealand. It's also a free-to-air game, so Warriors get a free-to-air home game at Mount Smart. So I don't recall the last time they got a free-to-air game at Mount Smart, but Jesus Christ, it's well deserved. Wow. So we've got the Warriors taking on the Newcastle Knights at Mount Smart Stadium. Warriors coming in 11th. The Knights in 13th at the moment. Now, previously, the Knights got the win over the Storm without the half partners of Jerome Hughes and Cameron Munster. 14 points to 12. It was a scrappy affair, but congrats to the Knights. And they also got their first win of the season as well. If they had lost, then they would have joined in 16th with us on 0 points, but obviously we're in 17th. And as for the Warriors, they also got their first win of the season. They beat the Raiders in a low-scoring game, not convincing, but they still got it at Christchurch at their Polo Project Stadium last week, winning 18-10. Good on the Warriors. It's tough to beat them in New Zealand, but geez, what a way to defeat the Raiders, who suddenly just have won 2 games in a row. That's just incredible. Now, at the moment for live bets, Warriors at $1.43 and the Knights at $2.82. Not bad. In the past 10 games between these two, the Knights have won 6 of the past 10. Wait, hang on. Yeah, that's right, 6 of the past 10. However, for the last 12 games, none of these teams have gotten. The Knights have gotten 3 wins in a row against the Warriors for between the last 12 games. But other than that, it's been going win-loss for most of it. However, the Knights have lost the last 3 games in New Zealand. And the last time they won in New Zealand, which was also at Mount Smart, was in 2018, where they Oh no, that was sorry, no, shit. Sorry, it was the other way around. Sorry, the Knights have lost their last 2 games in New Zealand. My apologies. Last time the Knights won in New Zealand against the Warriors was in 2019, where they won 36 points to 18. So this one is, I think this might be a close game for this one. Who do I see winning? I think the Warriors will get this one by 6 points, 1-12. I'll go scoreline of 24-18. For our first try scorer, let's go. I'm going to go bold here. Let's go. Let's go Tohu Harris to score, the captain for the Warriors. I want Tohu Harris to go for first try. I mean, that's bold there, but you never know. The forwards have been getting more tries than backlines for some reason recently. But yeah, up the wires for the 4 o'clock game. Alright, now we move on to the final Sunday game of the round. We go to PointsBet Stadium in the Shire. I'm talking about the 10th place Cronulla Sharks. First, taking on the Canberra Raiders, who suffered their first loss over there in New Zealand last week. Now, Raiders, very competitive in that game, but geez, they got their first loss of the season to the Warriors, losing 18-10 in Christchurch. As for the Sharks, wow, what a major shocking upset that was for the Sharks. Fuck. They lost 32-6 against the West Tigers. Who would have thought at Leichhardt Oval as well? Benji, I don't know what's happening at the Tigers at the moment. They could have turned their season around, but we'll get to the Tigers for the next one. But geez, Sharks, what a upset. And they were 2-0 as well, and they suffered their first loss of the season. And they fall out of the 8 as well. But wow, that was shocking. But anyways, at the moment we've got the Sharks as the favourites at $1.50 and the Raiders at $2.60. Shit, I don't think that was a good idea, because as we get into it, in the past 10 games between these two, Raiders have killed the Sharks. They have won 9 straight against them. And the last time these two played, which was in the final round last year, the Sharks beat them, shockingly, and that was at PointsBet as well, 24 points to 6. So Raiders have had a great record against the Sharks in recent times. And as a matter of fact, the Raiders have won 11 of the last 14 clashes against the Sharks. Like, holy shit. Impressive. And before that, the last time the Sharks beat the Raiders, which was at PointsBet, I believe, was in 2018, where they beat them 28-24. Holy shit. So they've lost their last... the Sharks have lost 3 of the last 4 games in Sydney versus the Raiders. So, geez, not very good for the Sharks here. But for this clash, this one could be a very competitive game. I think it will be. I mean, Sharks will... they've got Dale Finucane and Toby Rudolph and I think Teig Wilton out as well. So they will be struggling a bit. But I think Raiders, they will bounce back in this one. I'll go Raiders to win 1-12 by 10 points. I don't think it'll be 13 plus. I will be surprised if it is. Raiders to go 20 points to 10. And for our first try scorer, go bold here. No, I won't go bold. We'll go, if he does play this week, I'll go Nick Cotric if he's in the starting wing this again. I'll go Nick Cotric to score the first try for the game. But yeah, Green Machine to win this one. Alrighty, and now we finally move on to the final game of the round on Easter Monday. So one of the first 2 Monday games we've got this year. We have the annual Easter Monday clash, between the Parramatta Eels, who currently sit in 6th place, against the mighty West Tigers, getting their first win under Benji Marshall for this year in very convincing fashion. 32 points to 6 at Leichhardt. Holy shit, that was not a result I was expecting. And majority of us went for the the Sharks to win, sorry. Never doubt the Tigers and Benji Marshall, but can they pull it off again this week? We'll just have to wait and see. Now, as we said, Tigers won 32 points to 6 at Leichhardt against the Sharks last week. Good on the Tigers. I mean, geez, that was not what I was expecting either. And as for Para, I already said it when I did Manly. versus Dragons. Yeah, CommBank is a great ground to go to. Eels just won 28-24. I mean, they came back from 14-0 down to beat the Sea Eagles 28-24. That was a great fucking game to beat at too as well. But anyways, at the moment, Eels are favourite at $1.24. As for the Tigers, at $4.10. So if you want to put any monies on for the Tigers this week, go for it. They are a nice price. And this game will be kicking off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday at CommBank Stadium. And speaking of CommBank, Eels have won 5 of the last 6 games versus the Tigers at CommBank. The only game they've lost to the Tigers at CommBank was in 2022, where the West Tigers got their first win of the season that in 2022, 21 points to 20. And I believe that was an Adam Dewey field goal in that one as well. And as for the past few games between in the last 10 clashes, Eels have won 9 of the last 10, which includes winning which includes winning 7 straight and winning 4 of the last 5. And based on Easter Monday stats, Eels have won 4 of the last 5 good Easter Monday clashes versus the Tigers. The only most recent loss they lost to them was in 2022, like I said, when they lost 21 points to 20. So for this game, who do I see winning? I think it will be a close game. I don't trust the Tigers, but they could be up for this one. So I'll play it safe. I'll go Eels to win by 8. Scoreline will go 24-16. I won't be surprised if Tigers do beat Eels in this one. But Eels to win this one, just. And anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude my 2024 round 4 Easter round tips. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. We're only 7 subscribers away from reaching 1,400. I hope we can get there by the end of this week or next week. And like I said, I will be attending 2 games this week. First one, at a call for the Good Friday clash between my team and the Dogs, and for the Gong Dragons versus Manly. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you all in the next one. Alright, take care.